Number and depth of borehole. So what is a borehole? A borehole is a deep vertical hole with small diameter drilled into the ground to obtain soil samples for soil investigation required for the construction of suitable foundation for the planned structure. It is required to carefully plan boreholes so as to obtain required information with minimum possible cost. So how many boreholes? Number of boreholes depends on type and size of project, budget for site investigation, soil variability. For most buildings, at least one boring at each corner and one in the center should provide a start. The location of boreholes should be determined carefully and positioned properly to have test results that adequately represent the nature of the soil at project site. If the layout of the structure has not been established when site investigation is conducted, then it is recommended to consider uniformly spaced grid boreholes. Otherwise, boreholes should be positioned close to the suggested foundation. This table gives guidelines for initial planning of borehole spacing. Here is a sample plot of the net increase of stress under a foundation, and on the right side is a sample plot of variation of effective stress with depth. Sowers and sowers provided a rough estimate of the minimum depth of borings for multi-story buildings, that is, unless bedrock is encountered, where ZB is the approximate depth of boring and S is the number of stories. For light steel or narrow concrete buildings, Z sub B in meters is equal to 3S raised to 0.7. ZB in feet is equal to 10S 0.7. For heavy steel or wide concrete buildings, Z sub B in meters is equal to 6S raised to 0.7 and Z sub B in feet is equal to 20S raised to 0.7. So how much does soil boring test cost in the Philippines? Soil boring test in the Philippines is required for buildings 3 floors and up, or in lots with slope of more than 30%. Average price in Manila is 25,000 pesos to 35,000 pesos per hole, excluding mobilization or demobilization.